All right, we're going to wrap up our notes from solving two-step equations with rational numbers. Down at the bottom, the last question that I left off on was -8 times -9. They have the same sign, so I'm going to have a positive answer, and I'm going to multiply 8 by 9, which is going to be 72. -14 times 3, these have different signs, so I'm going to have a different answer. 14 times 3 is 42. Check my work. 14 times 3. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 1 is 42. -24 divided by 4 is -6. And -35 divided by -7 is a positive 5. So moving on, we're going to practice solving equations below. We're going to prove that your solution is correct by checking your work. So in order to check, that means I take whatever answer I get and I plug it back in to the variable's place. So I'm not writing any letters after I get through the second step of my check. I'm just having all numbers. So I have -4k plus 9 equals 32. So I'm going to draw my river. And then I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. Then positive 9 and -9 will cancel each other out. I'm left with -4k equals 32 minus 9, which is 23. This is going to be a fraction or a decimal remainder or decimal answer. So I'm going to divide both sides by -4, divide by -4. K equals a positive divided by a negative is a negative. And then I'm going to T-bow, top in, bottom out. 23 divided by 4, point something. Give myself 2 zeros there to give myself some time, extra dividing. So 4 goes into 23 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. Paper keeps moving. 3, bring down the 0. 4 goes into 37 times. 7 times 4 is 28. 2 0 5 times and 20 left over. Nothing left over. So my answer is -5.75. And in order to check this, I'm going to rewrite my problem. -4k plus 9 equals 32. I'm going to take out k and I'm going to put in -5/75. 5 and 75 hundredths. So -4 times -5.75 plus 9 should give me 32. Well, I know that a negative times a negative equals a positive, so I need to work this out. Come down here. 575 times 4. 4 times 5 is 20. 2 is 28 plus 2 is 30. It's a 0. Carry the 3. 23. So this is 23 plus 9 equals 32. And if I add 9 to 23, I will get 32 and 32, and it is correct. Check it out, move on. Over here, I'm going to draw a river. This is -14. Why do I start with this number? Because I cannot do anything to this number or to the coefficient until all of my constants are on the same side. So I'm going to move this -14 over here, so I'm going to make it the opposite of -14, which is +14. +14. These 14s cancel out. I'm left with half of x equals 20 plus 14, which is 34. The opposite of cutting something in half is multiplying by 2. So I want this twice, and I want this twice. These 2's cancel out. X equals 34 times 2, which is 68. How do I check it? I rewrite my problem. I take out x and I put in 68. And then I solve. Half of 68 is 34. 20. 34 minus 14 is 20. 20 equals 20, checks out, move on. Now we've just got more problems to practice from. So I'm going to draw a river, draw a river, draw a river, draw a river, draw a river. First step, I'm going to subtract by 8 and then divide by 3. So this is minus 8, then divide by 3. First step over here, I'm going to add 10 because that's the opposite, and then divide by negative 2. First step over here, I'm going to subtract 7, then I'm going to multiply by 6. Over here, I'm going to subtract 20, I almost said add, and then I'm going to multiply by negative 3. Over here, I'm going to subtract 7, then divide by negative 2. And over here, I'm going to add 15, then multiply by negative 2. So those are my 2 steps. Remember, steps are operations, not the drawing the river, not the canceling out. Those steps don't count. Okay? So minus 8 minus 8. Plus 10 plus 10. Minus 7 minus 7. Minus 20 minus 20. Minus 7 minus 7. Plus 15 plus 15. Okay, that's my first step on each one. Now I'm going to cancel out opposites, 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 and opposites. Now I'm going to perform the rational number operation. This is negative 10 minus 8. Same signs, add and keep. Negative 18, bring down the 3x. Same signs, add and keep. 15 plus 10 is 25. Negative 2x. Negative 11 and negative 7, negative 18. X over 6. Different signs, subtract. 35 minus 15 is 20, and it's going to be negative. Yep. Yes, negative 32 and negative 7, same signs, we add. I have negative 39. Where's my mouse? Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So here we have crossed out the positive 7 and the negative 7, and we're left with negative 2x on the left side. Negative 2x equals negative 39. Then over here, we have different signs, subtract. 30 minus 20. This is just a regular math problem. 30 minus 20 is 10. Then bring down x over negative 3. All right, so once I've done all that, that's the first step for each of these problems. That's the first one step. Now I'm going to do the second step. Over here, this says 3 times a number. So in order to undo multiplication, in order to undo 3 times, I have to do divided by 3. So I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides. These 3's will cancel out. I'll be left with x equals negative 18 divided by 3, which is negative 6. Then over here, I have negative 2x equals 25. This means negative 2 times a number equals 25. Opposite of multiplication is division by negative 2 on both sides. These 2's cancel out. X equals half of 25, which is negative 12.5. And in order to do that, we come over here, 25 divided by 2. 12 goes in, or 2 goes into 25 12 times. 12 times 2 is 24. 1, 0, bring down that 0. 2 and a 10 is 5, and then I'm left with no remainder. All right, so that's negative 12.5. So half of 25 is 12.5. Over here, this says x is divided by 6. So to undo division by 6, we have to multiply by 6 on both sides. So times 6, cross that out. X equals negative 18 times 6. So negative times a positive is a negative. Then come over here to the side. 18 times 6. 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 4 is 108. 108. Negative 108. Then number 14, x divided by negative 3. So to undo division by negative 3, we have to multiply by negative 3 on both sides. Put that in parentheses so it doesn't look like times minus 3. These negative 3's will cancel out. X equals 10 times negative 3, which is negative 30. And I know you're probably thinking, but Miss Starling, you're not checking these. I'll go back and check them in a minute. Negative 2 times x, so to undo multiplication by negative 2, we have to do division by negative 2 on both sides. X equals negative divided by negative is a positive, and half of 39 is 19.5. And the last one, in order to undo division by negative 2, we have to multiply by negative 2 on both sides, just like we just did on the other problem. Well, we divided here, but now we're multiplying. These negative 2's cancel out. X equals negative 2 times 20, which is positive 40. All right, so now we need to check them. Where's my notebook? Hold, please. Okay, if I have time at the end of my video, I'll go back and check. But last question I want to go over is, Margot solves several equations and then states that all of them have a solution of x equals 7. However, Kenneth disagrees. Determine which of the following equations have a solution of x equals 7, and then justify your response. So, my solution is x equals 7. Like I've been showing you in class, I'm going to take out x and I'm going to plug in 7. To see if it works. So this is 6 times 7, which is 42 plus 11. 6 times 7. This is negative 3 times 7. This is 2 times 7. And this is 7 times 7. 42 plus 11. Does that equal 55? 42 plus 11 is 53. That does not equal 55. Please pardon the music. So this is a no. Negative 3 times 7 is negative 21 minus 18. So these are same signs and I need to add, and they will both be negative. So negative 21 minus 18 is negative 39. Negative 39 does not equal positive 39. 2 times 7 is 14. Minus 14 equals negative 28. 14 minus 14 is 0. 0 does not equal negative 28. And the last one, 7 times 7 is 49. Plus 9 equals 58. This is the only one that is correct. Margot is correct on D only. I would check them, but the music is too loud. You have a great day. Finish your notes.